What's up, guys? Hawkeye here, and welcome back to another video. And today we're gonna be ranking Cod Zombies perks based on how useful they would be in real life.
Super Mario in real life. Spaghetti!
So, anyways, yeah, we got a few tiers here. I'm just gonna be explaining them. So we got awesome tier, which means using this perk would just be amazing in every single way.
It would be so awesome. It would be so cool.
We got useful, as in where it would be helpful, but it wouldn't be like the first perk you'd want to have, and it wouldn't be applicable into like every single situation of your life. We got niche, which means it would be mostly useless, but there might be like a few situations where it'd be good to have it. And worthless just means you don't want to have it. So yeah. And there's also a non-applicable tier for the perks that have effects that wouldn't really apply to real life, and that's you see here I have mule kick, which means you can carry 3 weapons instead of 2 weapons, and in real life that'd be pointless because the only reason you would need that in Black Ops Zombies is because of the arbitrary limit of carrying 2 weapons, and in real life that limit doesn't exist, so mule kick realistically wouldn't have an effect. And same thing of vulture aid, which is basically just to help you find new areas on the useful areas on the map, like the mystery box or the perk machines or whatever. And in real life, that wouldn't exist. So yeah. All right, first up we got Deadshot Daiquiri, and Deadshot Daiquiri I'm gonna put in useful tier, because I think there's a few situations where it'd be useful in. And what Deadshot Daiquiri is basically it gives you like perfect aim. Like it basically guarantees when you hit a zombie you'll get a headshot. So like so that would be helpful in not only combat, but it'd also be really helpful in like sports, or if you're like trying to like pass someone to something, or so there's a lot of like little situations where it'd be coming really handy. I don't think it'd be awesome. Like I don't think it'd like drastically improve your life, but it would be very fun to mess around with. So all right, next up we got double tap 1. And what this does is it basically doubles the amount of bullets you shoot out of your gun. But it doesn't double the actual ammo. So this isn't even good in Cod Zombies, and it'd be even worse in real life. At least in Call of Duty, the zombies have a very high amount of health, depending on the round, right? In real life, like a human's gonna die from a bullet. Like it doesn't matter if it's Iron Mouse or The Rock.
It's time for India versus Pakistan.
If you shoot them in the same spot, they will die. So you really do not need an extra bullet, unless in the off chance you're fighting the hippo. And since it also doubles your ammo consumption, I'm gonna have to put this at worthless, because I think even in like a combat scenario, this would actually be a hindrance in real life. So double tap 2 is basically the same thing, but it doesn't increase your ammo consumption. So I'll put it in niche, because there are some very niche scenarios where it might be helpful. I don't think it's completely worthless, but it's gonna be at the end of niche, because I really figured it's like not that helpful. All right, next up we got Electric Cherry. Now, Electric Cherry is from Black Ops 3, if I'm not mistaken. But it's like basically every single time you reload, it sends out an electric shockwave that damages all the opponents. Now, this sounds really good, and in COD Zombies, it probably is pretty helpful. But you're gonna want to. But this will go into niche in real life, purely because it's only really helpful in a combat scenario. Like if you're not shooting at people, or if you're not shooting at like a mass group of people, like in an actual war, like probably not even like a gang war, like an actual like military war, it's probably not gonna come in that handy. But hey, if you are in like Afghanistan, like it's probably not useless. So. All right, next up we got Juggernog, and Juggernog is probably the single best perk you can get, with the possible exception of a Quick Revive. It's always the first one a lot of COD Zombies players go through, but in real life it's going to be pretty niche, for the same reason as Electric Cherry, and that is that it is only useful in combat if you really think about it. Like there's really not a scenarios where a civilian would realistically need Juggernog. You know what I mean? Like the only scenarios I can think of where like someone who isn't in the military would need Juggernog is if you're like walking down like the streets, and like Tyrese and Jakikwi pull up with like a 9, or you're in prison and you need the extra HP against Big Terry. Those are the only 2 scenarios I could think of where you would even notice you would have Juggernog, to be honest with you. All right, next up is PhD Flopper. Now this is kind of mediocre in COD Zombies itself, but in real life, I think this would actually be awesome. And the reason for that is PhD Flopper. What it does is it completely nullifies damage to explosives and fall damage, which in real life would be fucking amazing. Like, could you imagine jumping out of a plane and being perfectly okay after that? Like, or just like someone dropping a nuke on you and like you don't even, okay, actually maybe not a nuke because a nuke is like radiation and shit. But like you can imagine like someone throwing a grenade at you and you just like catch it with your mouth or something. Like that'd be sick. Like that'd be absolutely sick. And you could also cause an explosion yourself via diving, doing a dolphin dive. So yeah, I would definitely put this in awesome. This would straight up make you a superhuman, and I am all for that. All right, next up we got Quick Revive, and Quick Revive is also going in the awesome tier. Now, if you've never played COD Zombies, basically what Quick Revive does is if you're in single player, it gives you 3 chances to revive yourself if the zombies kill you. Or if you're in multiplayer, it helps you revive the other people much faster. And since Earth is a multiplayer server, like no matter how lonely we are, there are other people on the planet, so it would function in the multiplayer way. So that means you would basically be able to revive people. And that would be freaking sick because you could not only use that if, like, say like your grandma was in the hospital or something, and she was dying, like you could revive her, and she would be perfectly fine, perfectly healthy. And you could also use this for rich people. Like, say Big T wants you to help revive him to his prime health. Just have him wire you $100 million, and there you go. Boom. You're set for life. Now, you wouldn't be able to revive yourself, but I don't really see that as a drawback because you're going to die at some point anyway. So, like, I shouldn't count it as a drawback that it just isn't circumventing something that you would already have to deal with if you did not have the perk. Alright, next up we got Speed Cola, and I tried to do the jingle like 4 times, but it sounded terrible all 4 times. And that's because I love the jingle for Speed Cola. Anyways, basically what Speed Cola does is it increases your reload time by I think half. So it's quite a significant upgrade. Now in COD Zombies, this is probably the best perk you can get. A lot of people get it second after Juggernog, but like Juggernog, would be pretty niche in real life. Because there wouldn't be a lot of scenarios where needing to reload a gun 50% faster would be required. I do still think it would probably be less helpful than Jug, but I think it'd be more helpful than Electric Cherry, just because you need to be like in hordes of people for Electric Cherry. Speed Cola, you could be in a normal combat zone, and I think it'd be helpful. And I think Juggernog still probably more helpful because it still means you could take like an extra shot or two. I don't think it's all the way up into useful tier, just because, like, I mean, it's, very niche. Like, if you're finding a regular person, Juggernog probably isn't going to help you that much. Like, I think you need to outright be in a combat zone.
You know what I'm realizing now while editing? That was a very stupid thing to say. If it can help you against bullets or supernatural zombies, then why wouldn't it be able to resist Agace and Mike Tyson? Still, I can't put it on awesome tier, as it doesn't increase your body's regeneration, so you can still be defeated with it, but pretend it is in useful tier from this point onwards.
Now, Stamina Up is definitely going into awesome tier, because what Stamina Up does is it basically makes you do every single thing faster, and it also increases your stamina, hence the name Stamina Up. I cannot even fucking tell you how many times I've wanted Stamina Up in real life. It just, hang on, let me actually change the rankings a bit. I think, yeah, there we go. I think Flopper's the worst in awesome tier, and I think Stamina Up's like in the middle, and then Quick Revive's the best. But yeah, anyways, I think Stamina Up would be awesome, just because how many fucking scenarios have you been out of breath in while, like, running, or how often have you just wanted to be faster than you are, and how many scenarios would benefit from you being faster than you are right now? So, like, I definitely think this is an awesome tier. Some people might debate it being lower, but yeah, I think Stamina Up is one of the perks that's good in Call of Duty, and it'd be good in the game too, because it'd be applicable in pretty much every single situation. And there's only a very few niche of abilities where being faster would be worse. So, alright, next up we got Tombstone. Now this is absolutely one of the shittiest perks in Call of Duty Zombies history. And basically what Tombstone is, it's like if you die in one round, it creates a tombstone, which means your friends can revive said tombstone. Instead of not getting any of the perks or weapons you have, you get to keep all your perks and weapons. And the reason it's so shit is because it basically encourages you to die. So yeah, it's pretty shit. Now, despite it being really shit in Call of Duty, it would probably be pretty good in real life. Now, you may be thinking, oh, it might be good in real life, but here's the thing. You have 90 seconds to get the tombstone. It's not an unlimited thing. So your friends would have to know you died within the 24 hour, within the 90 seconds to be able to revive you. That being said, I am still going to put it in useful tier, just because like being able to be revived after death is pretty goddamn good. So yeah, but I can't put it in awesome tier just because of like the sheer odds of it not working are pretty high. Like what are the odds you know, like someone's gonna know you died within 90 seconds of you dying. Like it's probably gonna be like an hour or two after the fact. Like next up we got Who's Who. Now remember when I said Tombstone was one of the shittiest perks? My god, Who's Who has got to be the worst one. So basically what Who's Who does is when you die, you basically become like a ghost with a pistol, and you get to run to your body to revive it. And they call it Who's Who because it's like, who's who? Like, you're the zombie, right? Hey. But the reason this is so abysmally shit is because if you're in like a high round, you gotta fight through the zombies with a pistol to get your body so you can revive it. And quick revive is just 1,000 times better if you're in single player, or if you're in multiplayer. Honestly, like it's probably easier for your friends who have like weapons and shit to actually get you. However, in real life, there is no horde of zombies. So I will have to put this in S tier. Yeah, I'll have to put this. In fact, you know what? This might actually be the single best perk, because if you die, you could revive yourself infinite times if you want to. So you're literally immortal if you have this. And if you don't want to be immortal, you could still die when you're in the Who's Who state. So some quasi intellectual is gonna be like,
immortality is actually a curse, buddy. You don't want to be immortal. Immortality is a bad thing. You know, you want to escape the one thing that literally every human ever born has wanted to escape. That's actually a bad thing.
You know, one of those fucking pussies. But it doesn't even matter if you're one of those people, because you could still live or die if you choose to. So I think it might actually be the best perk to have in real life, which is ironic because it's probably the worst perk to have in Call of Duty. Finally up, we got Widow's Wine, which is a perk used in Black Ops 3. And I'm going to be putting this in the useful tier, but below Tombstone. Because basically what this does is it adds, it kind of works pretty unique to the other perks. It's kind of like its own weapon. So it's like, it's basically it gives you like a spiderweb weapon that like stalls zombies. And, you know, this would actually be pretty helpful in real life outside of combat, because, like, it would be pretty decent to mess with people, or, like, say you're, like, racing someone or something. I don't know. I feel like there's a few situations outside of combat where you'd want to have it, but not enough to put it in the awesome tier, and not enough to put it above Tombstone and Deadshot Daiquiri. But, yeah, that's going to be the end of this video, guys. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Also, this is the first video I recorded with a new mic, so let me know if you thought the audio was good, thought it could be improved, or if you've seen my other videos, thought my audio was good, or at the bare minimum much better than it was before. I did a few mic tests and my voice came out a lot clearer. There's still a few distortion in some of the tests, but ultimately my voice was way clearer. I might have talked a bit fast, because I kind of tend to do that, unfortunately. But yeah, it is a very so far I think we might have been pretty good. Anyways, peace out. See you guys next.